Start with the chapter 11, force and pressure, with the topic pressure exerted by the solid, liquid and gas. Let's do first about pressure exerted by the solid. The effect of force applied depends on the two factors. How much force is applied, that is the what is the magnitude of the force, that is what will be the numerical value of the force. Suppose force is 5 Newton, so 5 will be the magnitude of force. And it also depends on the area over which force is applied. So the physical quantity that takes into account both these factors is pressure. So pressure is equal to force per unit area. And if we denote force by F, area by A, then F upon A is the equal to P. Unit of force, SI unit of force is Newton and SI unit of area is meter square. So unit of pressure will be Newton per meter square and its SI unit is also Pascal. In these cases we will use perpendicular force, that is if this is a surface and force is applied at right angle, then that force is also known as thrust. So in these cases we will discuss about thrust per unit area, and units of thrust is the same, that is Newton. So from this formula we come to know that pressure is directly proportional to force. What does it mean? If we increase the force, pressure exerted will also increase. It will also increase. And if we decrease the pressure, decrease the force applied, then the pressure automatically get decreased. And second factor here is the area, and from this formula we get that pressure is inversely proportional to the surface area over which force is applied. So if the inversely proportional means that if we increase the area of contact with the force, then pressure will decrease. And if area of contact, area over which force is applied, it is decreased, then for the same force pressure will increase. To understand inverse relation between pressure and area over which force is applied with the help of an example. Suppose force applied is 4 Newton and the area over which force is applied is 8 meters square. So what will be the value of pressure, force per unit area? We put these values in this formula, we will get pressure of 0.5 Pascal. So if we increase the area, increase the value in denominator, suppose it get the 10, then value of pressure decrease further, it will decrease further. So more the area, lesser will be pressure. In the second case, value of the force is same, that is 4 Newton. Area over which force is applied, that is very less area, 2 meters square. We put these value in the formula, we will get the pressure as 2 Pascal. So we can say lesser the area, more will be pressure. So there is inverse relation between pressure and area. To explain some of everyday observation on the basis of pressure, let's take the first example. There are two situations. In first case, we will try to push a nail into wooden plank by its head. In the second case, we try to push the nail into a wooden plank by its pointed end. In which case did you succeed? Obviously, in second case, let's explain this situation. In the first case, when we insert nail from the head side, the area of contact is more. So the pressure exerted will be less. And so nail will not go inside the wooden plank in this case. And in the second case, when we insert the nail from the pointed end, then area of contact is very less. So pressure exerted will be more and nail will go inside the wooden plank easily. Example, why do porters place a round piece of cloth on their heads? Let's explain this situation. Who are the porters? Porters are the persons who are employed to carry heavy luggage at bus stand and railway station. Why they place the piece of cloth? So by placing round piece of cloth on their heads, they increase area of contact of load with the head. So the pressure on head get reduced and it becomes easier to carry heavy load. Let's discuss third example. Why do cutting tools have sharp edges? Here I had taken example of knife and blade. In the blade, these two are the sharp edges. In the knife, this side is the sharp edge and this side is the blunt end. So if we try to cut apple with the blunt from the blunt side, will we able to cut it? It will be very difficult because area of contact will be more. So pressure exerted will be less. So we feel difficulty in cutting apple from this blunt side. But if we cut from the sharp end, area of contact will be less. So pressure exerted will be more and we can cut apple easily with the sharp end. Example, why do tractors have or trucks have broad tires? Their tires are very broad because when they have broad tires, we are increasing area of contact. So pressure exerted will be less and on the road. Discuss fifth example. Why do army tanks have steel belt on their wheels? These are the wheels and this one is the steel belt provided on these wheels. By doing so, we are increasing the area of contact of the tank with the ground. So area of contact get increased with the ground. So less pressure will be exerted on the ground and tank will not sink into the soil. Example, why do we keep wooden sleepers below railway line? These are the wooden sleepers and this is railway track. Why we are keeping this? Because by keeping these wooden sleepers, we are increasing area of contact with the ground and the pressure exerted by the train on the ground will be less. Example, why do skiers use long flat skis to slide over snow? By using these long skis, we are increasing area of contact with the snow. So pressure exerted will be less and the person will not sink into the snow. Next case, why is the foundation of high-rise building are wide? So by doing so, this is the foundation, this is the foundation and we make it very wide because by doing so we are increasing area of contact with the ground. So it will lead to less pressure by the building and building will not sink into ground. Discuss this case. Why are school bags provided with white strap? But here you see the situation. This boy is carrying school bag with narrow strap. So when we are using narrow strap, area of contact will be less. A will be less. So pressure exerted will be more. That leads to bending of this boy. But if we use the strap with, we are using wide strap, so area of contact will increase, and that will lead to less pressure on the shoulders of the boy, and it will make easier for the boy to carry the bag. Let's discuss last case. Why do camels walk easily as compared to horses or donkeys in deserts? You have seen camels have very broad feet, and it will increase the area of contact of the camel with the ground, and pressure exerted will be less, and so it will make them to walk easily on soil. Discuss another numerical. We take a brick that is 30 centimeter long and 20 centimeter wide and 10 centimeter thick. So the weight of this brick is 24 Newton. It is lying on the ground, and we have to find out in which case pressure exerted by brick will be more. When the brick is in contact with ground, lengthwise, breadthwise like this, or when it is in contact with the ground, breadthwise and heightwise like this. So in which case pressure will be more? I am telling you the first case. Here in the first case, length of brick is 30 centimeter, or that is equal to, if we divide it by 100, that will be equal to 0.3 meter. Depth of the brick is 20 centimeter. If we divide by 100, we will get 0.2 meter. So area of brick will be length into breadth, that is 0.3 multiplied by 0.2, we will get 0.06 meter square. So area will be 0.06 meter square, and force that is given. So we get the area, we have the force, and we can put these two values in the formula for the pressure, that is force divided by area. We put the value of force, we put the value of area, and we get the value of pressure, that is 400 Pascal. For the second case, you try to calculate yourself and tell me in which case pressure will be more. Discuss pressure exerted by liquids. All liquids exert pressure on the base of the container and on the side walls of the container. As we know, all liquids have weight, so it exerts pressure. This formula we have done earlier, pressure equal to force per unit area. In these cases, force is the weight of liquid and area will be the base of the vessel. And let's discuss activity 11.8. Substances such as water, oil and alcohol, all are liquids, but here we will do all the activities with water. So in this activity 11.8, we will take a glass tube and we tie a small balloon at the base of this glass tube. Now we see there is small bulge at the base of this balloon, and now we will add more water. We will add more water in the glass tube. We will see that size of the bulge get increased. Let's explain this situation, why it happens. When the liquid exerts pressure at the bottom of the container, but here the container is a stretchable balloon, so it will bulge out. When we add more water, the weight of the liquid, or we may say height of this water column, get increased, so pressure exerted will be more, so bulge will be more in this case. Let us discuss another activity 11.9. In this activity we will prove that liquid also exerts pressure sideways on the side walls of the container. In this activity what we do, we take empty plastic bottle, we take empty plastic bottle, we insert a small glass tube near the base of this bottle, and then we tie this balloon on this glass tube. Now we will add water in the bottle. You will see a bulge will be there in this balloon. Why this happens? Because this liquid present in bottle exert pressure on the side walls. Due to this stretchable wall of balloon get bulges out and balloon get slightly inflated. Let's discuss another activity to prove that with the increase of height of water column, pressure exerted by the liquid increases. In this activity, we will show that greater the depth of a point in the water column, greater will be the pressure. For this, we will take empty plastic bottle, and in this plastic bottle, we will make 3 holes at different heights. We will put the adhesive tape on these holes and fill this bottle with water, and after filling the bottle with water we will remove the adhesive tape. What do we observe? We observe that from the uppermost hole water travel minimum distance, this distance is very less, and from the lowermost hole water travel maximum distance. Let's see why it happens. As in case of hole A, height of water column is very less, so pressure exerted by the liquid will be less, and so water jet travel shortest distance. While in case of hole C, height of water column is more, so pressure exerted will be more, and water jet through hole C travel maximum distance. So we can say that pressure is directly proportional to the height of liquid, and we can apply this situation in the construction of dam. The wall of dam is made broad near the bottom, as it will be able to tolerate very high sideways pressure exerted by the water. So with the increase of depth of water, pressure exerted by the liquid increases. Discuss activity 11.10 to prove that liquid exerts equal pressure at the same depth. So for this activity we will take plastic bottle, and in this plastic bottle we will make 4 holes at the same height from the base, and fill this and apply the adhesive tape on these holes. Fill this bottle with water. After filling the bottle with water, we remove the adhesive tape. What do we observe? We observe that jet of water coming out of these holes fall at the same distance. Why it happens? Because height of water column is same in all the 4 cases. So equal pressure will be there in all the 4 cases. So water jet travel equal distance in all the 4 cases. So we can say that liquid exerts equal pressure at the same depth. Let's discuss pressure exerted by gases. Like liquids, all gases exert pressure on the walls of container. Let's take the example of balloon. How does balloon get inflated? Due to pressure exerted by gases. What we do when we are blowing air into balloon, so large number of air molecules are compressed into smaller space of balloon. They collide with each other and also with the walls of balloon. As the walls of balloon is elastic, so it get inflated due to the collision of molecules. Start with atmospheric pressure. Layer of air surrounding the Earth's surface is called atmosphere. It extends up to 300 km, and the pressure exerted by this air due to its weight is known as atmospheric pressure. Let's calculate the value of force exerted by the atmosphere on our head. Atmospheric pressure at the sea level is 101.3 Pascal. So what will be the force exerted by atmosphere on our head, that suppose the area of our head is 15 centimeter by 15 centimeter. So we put the values in the formula. Pressure is equal to 101.3 Pascal, and the area will be 15 into 15, that is 225 centimeter square, and we convert it to meter square, so divide it by 100 into 100, so we will get 0.0225 meter square. Put these two values in formula. Force will be equal to pressure into area. So 101.3 into 0.0225, we will get the value of force 2250 Newton. And we know that force is also equal to mg. Value of g is constant, 10 meter per square. So value of m will be 225 kilogram. So the force due to air column overhead is equal to the force of gravity on an object of mass about 225 kilogram. So such a huge force is there on our head due to atmospheric pressure. And why are our bodies not crushed due to huge atmospheric pressure? Let's discuss this case. Let's discuss the question, why are our bodies not crushed due to huge atmospheric pressure? As the blood flowing in our body itself exerts pressure known as the blood pressure, which is slightly greater than atmospheric pressure. So blood pressure very finely balances atmospheric pressure and we do not feel uncomfortable. As we go to higher altitudes, then the atmospheric pressure decreases. So let's discuss the case, why do mountaineers suffer nose bleeding at high altitudes? As at high altitudes, the atmospheric pressure is much lesser than the blood pressure. So due to huge difference in the pressure, delicate blood vessels of the nose burst and lead to bleeding. So you can do similar questions. Why do astronauts wear specially designed space suits, and why do sea divers wear specially designed diving suits? Let's discuss how huge atmospheric pressure is. Otto von Guericke at the town of Magdeburg in 1640 had conducted this experiment. What he had done? He had taken two metallic hemispheres with a diameter of 51 centimeter. One of the hemisphere have side tube, and this side tube was connected to vacuum pump, and he joined these two hemispheres together and employed 8 hoses on both the sides. So what he found that these 8 hoses could not separate apart this hemisphere because very low pressure was there in the hemisphere and very high atmospheric pressure outside was not able to separate apart these hemispheres. Let's discuss applications of atmospheric pressure in our everyday life. There are so many simple devices like dropper, straw in our everyday life which work on the existence of atmospheric pressure. Let's discuss the case of straw, drinking soft drinks with the help of straw. What we do, we suck air through the straw. When we suck the air, very low pressure will be there in the straw, and very high atmospheric pressure on the surface of the soft drink will push the soft drink into the straw and we get the soft drink into our mouth. Let's discuss another device, dropper. This dropper is used to measure the drops of a liquid medicine. So in this device there is a glass tube. On one end of this glass tube rubber bulb is there, on another end nozzle is there. So to get the medicine into this dropper, we press this bulb from both the sides. Air will come out. The air will come out from here. Now we put the dropper into the medicine. So very low pressure is there in this tube, and when we release the bulb, partial vacuum will be created in this tube, and very high atmospheric pressure on the surface of the medicine will push the medicine into this tube, and we get the medicine into the dropper. Let's discuss about another device, that is rubber suckers. This is a rubber sucker. In this rubber sucker, there is a elastic stretchable rubber cup is there on one side, on other side hook is there. It is used to fix on wall to hang something. So let's see its working. When we want to fix on the wall, what we do, we press it hard, and this concave rubber cup get flattened, and majority of air will come out, and very high atmospheric pressure outside will keep fix this rubber cup on the wall, and we can hang anything on the hook.